Okay, I've got the Depot olive green well mixed, and I'm going to apply it starting with the underside of the eaves. Give us a sense of how this is going to stain, and it won't be very obvious when the model is done. So if anything doesn't work out well, it'll be hidden. I can see that I have a couple of small issues on the underside where glue has sealed the wood surface, so the stains are not penetrating very well. Now I'm going to switch to a smaller brush and work on the exterior roof trim boards. I'm going to just lightly wipe that lower edge of the front trim board. Most of the green would probably be trapped up underneath this ridge, underneath this line right here. So let's see if we can carefully flood some additional paint just up into that area. Now we'll do the edges of the porches. I think what I'll do first is kind of dry brush this surface and leave a little residue of green. And then go back in with some concentrated stain and just work along that top edge. Now let's start a wall. Theoretically, you would want to determine which is the north and the west and the east and south walls, because those are all going to weather considerably differently. We'll make this the west wall. That'll be the north wall, south and east. So, the east wall. We'll use the dry brush technique here and just start hitting some of the boards on the bottom part. Now, the east wall will get a lot of sunshine, so this should be fairly heavily weathered. Not quite as much as the south wall. Now we'll start at the top and drag color down. Now at the top you're going to be under the eaves bit, so that paint up at the top of the wall will tend to remain fairly heavy and non-weathered. Yeah. I'm going to use a little 70% alcohol to blend the colors a bit. Now I'm going to use a rag and wipe some of this back. And now we've got a pretty nice transition between fairly faded wood coming up to darker paint up at the top. East wall, let's go to the south wall. And we'll do the same process again. We will start by dry brushing some green into the lower part of the walls. Now we'll work down from the top with concentrated color. There's a pretty big overhang on the eaves, which means that there'll be shade on the side of the building down a distance on the side, so that paint will tend to be preserved at the top of the wall a little better than it will be at the bottom. Now we'll do the north wall. Now I'm going to just work a little extra dark color up on the top. Now the front has a porch, so it's not going to be as heavily weathered as the other walls, especially underneath the porch. Now I'm going to go back on this wall and add a little bit more green underneath the eaves.